Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. How are we doing? Good morning, Jamie. Good morning, Natalie. How are you? I hope you're well. I'm very well, thank you. Might be in and out of stream as I'm so tired. That's okay. If you need to sleep, Jamie, go and get some sleep. Did you have a late one? I've decided that I'm going to just change this area a little bit. I just feel it needs just to look a little bit different. It's your day off. Oh, excellent. Long weekend? Nope, a 9-day working week. Oh my god. 9 days. Oh. Ooh. Do not envy you that. Uh, 2 weekends and the weekdays in between. Oh my gosh. I remember doing that in retail. What job do you actually do, Natalie? Morning, Hayley. See, I've gone over this bit again because I just wanted to change how everything looked. I didn't like how it looked when I left it. So I'm just showing you that I go wrong, or I feel like it was wrong, and so I am just like trying to correct a mistake. I think this is already, it looks better. Just trying to this is a part-time job at the fun farm for the half-term week. Oh, okay. A fun farm. Your normal job is at a museum, just doing the fun farm as a temporary short-term thing. Well, good for you. Which one do you prefer, the farm or the museum? Or are they just two completely different things and you don't think that they can be compared? They're both awful. Oh no. Oh, morning Moose. Morning Artsman. Alright, Governor. They're both awful. One is way too quiet and the other is way too loud. I would imagine at the fun farm that you have to deal with a lot of children. A lot of young children. Just a little bit of this actually. There, I already think that looks better. Right, okay. Under 2s are great, as are over 9s. In between that they are chaos. And you probably get more of the in-betweens as well. Between the 2s and I can remember taking my my kiddie winks to children's farms and fun farms when they were small. And yeah, it can get quite chaotic. Right, let me just have a look to see where there's that bit of the tail there. So this is the section that we need to get done. Hang on, where does the leg come in? Leg comes in there. Did I tell you guys the time that I took all the littlies to Bird World and I lost James? Did I tell that story? I feel like I have. Those places are just so chaotic. I mean, there are just like kids running everywhere and haven't heard it. Right, okay, so when they were really little, I'm talking James being about, I don't know, 5 years old, twinnies would have been 4, and I was pregnant with Jack. I took them to Bird World and it's pretty much an area where you sort of, it's like a zoo mainly. You walk around, you look at the different areas, different habitats that the birds are in and everything, and it's all lovely. But there's one section, or there used to be one section at the back of Bird World that was almost like a children's petting area. So there was like a big farm gate that went into a field, and in that field they had tractors that the kids could climb up on, and all these little sections hay baled off, and in each of these hay baled sections the kiddies could get in and meet with the guinea pigs or the rabbits and little pygmy goats, you know, just things like that, things that were quite harmless to kiddies. And so I took them in there because I thought, oh, they'll love this. They love animals. You know, I've brought my kids up to love animals. This is going to be great. But I forgot to take into account that this was quite a large field and all my kids wanted to do different things. So Rebecca and Jared wanted to look at the guinea pigs and James wanted to go climb over the tractors and everything. And they were in 2 separate directions and there was only one of me. And in my naivety, I thought to myself, well, this is a closed-in field, they're not going to get out, so okay, I'll stand in the middle. So I'll stand here. So say the guinea pig enclosure was here and the tractor was over here. I thought I'll stand here and then I can watch in both directions and keep an eye on both directions. And I was doing that quite successfully until there was some sort of incident over here where either one of Becca or Jared got upset with something, or they started to climb out the hay bales or whatever, and they were struggling, and so I sort of went running over there quickly to sort of grab the twinnies. And when I turned around and looked over here to see how James was getting on with the tractor, he'd disappeared. And so there's that moment, right, where your heart starts pounding in your chest because you're like, where's my child? Where's my child? And I started scanning this field looking for him, and he's quite distinctive, with that bright red hair of his. And so I kept looking for James. I just couldn't see him anywhere. The place was packed with people, packed with adults, packed with children, and I couldn't see James anywhere. And so I sort of hauled Rebecca and Jared off towards the tractor where I'd last seen him, and I was like, where is he? I couldn't find him, and I was really starting to panic. So I put the twinnies back in their pushchair and strapped them in, and it was sort of pushing them over this muddy field, calling out for James. Couldn't find him anywhere. Managed to find a member of staff and said, look, my son's gone missing, I can't find him, could you radio out to all your staff to look out for this boy? So I sort of gave a description of what he was wearing, his name, everything, and how old he was. And this alert went out, and I started panicking, I started crying. I was like, oh my God, everyone's going to call me a bad mother. And I've lost my son. I'd never thought this would happen to me. I've lost my son, or maybe someone's abducted him. And so you start then having those thoughts and really sort of panicking. And so I grabbed my mobile phone and called Nick, who was at work, told him where I was, what had happened, and that James had gone missing. And he was like, right, I'm leaving work now, I'm coming there directly. And so we're stood there. I can see all the staff are going into overdrive trying to sort of locate my son. They were, bless them, they were brilliant at trying to find him. And then suddenly, while I'm stood in this field, we see this woman come walking across the road from the field opposite, and she's holding James's hand. And on that side of the field was a fun fair. And what had happened is that someone had opened the gate to this field, and he'd walked out, and no one had noticed him walk out, cross a road, a 2-lane road, and go over to the fun fair. And this lady, bless her, who must have realised he was on his own and thought, well, perhaps he's come from the direction of Bird World, brought him back for me. And I mean, thank God he ran into someone nice, right? And oh my God, the relief in that moment. And I can remember calling Nick. By this time, I think Nick was on the grounds, and he was sort of trying to make his way towards where we were at this field. And when he gets there, James and I are still in the middle of this very tearful reunion and everything. And we decide, right, okay, we're going home now. We're going home. I want to leave this place. We're going home. But it's only as we're driving home that I'm thinking to myself, I start to get angry at who. He couldn't have opened this gate by himself. There was no way he could have opened this gate. There was no way he could have climbed the gate. And it was like, so who let him out? Who let my son out of this gate without checking to see whether he was with someone or not? And I'm just like, even now I can still, just talking about it, I can feel the fear that I felt on that day. He could have been knocked down by a car. Someone could have taken him. He could have been abducted at the fair, all that sort of thing. But luckily, he was fine. And after that, I never took my children to a children's farm ever again, because I was just like, no, I'm not going to a place like that ever again. No, I'm sorry. It just sort of put the fear of God into me. Thank God he's still alive. Well, yes, absolutely. Yes, we radio if we see a kid or parent looking lost, but sometimes the parents forget what their kids look like. I understand that. I know what you're trying to say, but I understand that because you think, oh God, what did I dress them in this morning? What did I dress them in? Did I put them in the blue t-shirt, or did I put them in the Avengers top? It's like, what did I put them in? I do understand that. Oh my gosh. It's like, so whenever I see like when you get these news reports of people whose children have gone missing, I know what that initial fear feels like, and I just can't imagine what they're going through when their child does properly go missing, for days and days. I mean, I can't imagine what that must be like. You got lost as a kid once too? Oh, how long were you missing for? It's just such a scary thing. I don't think I ever went missing as a child. I can remember deciding to run away once. And I packed the worst things in my little bag that I thought I'd need as a child. I can remember I had this little white case. Oh, hang on. You've got lost multiple times as a kid. Put my mum through so much. I can imagine. You're lost for a few hours. Oh my God. I mean, time slows down in those moments when you think you've lost your child. And James couldn't have been missing for more than, let me think, half an hour. But that half an hour was the longest half an hour of my life. So being missing for a few hours, call your parents. But I remember I had like this little white case as a child when I decided I was going to run away. And I can remember putting a book in this case. I don't remember which book. I remember putting in some clean underwear, one pair of clean underwear, because I think I can remember thinking I'd just rotate. And I thought, well, I'll need some money, and I sort of emptied my little piggy bank, and I think I'd got like 57 pence in it or something. And I thought, yep, that'll do. That'll get me some sweeties and maybe a drink from the shop. And yeah, that's good. And then I thought, well, what about I can remember thinking long term. I might need some food long term. And I remember sneaking down to the kitchen and looking in the food cupboards. And we had these packets of Bird's custard powder that were in like sachets, and all you had to do was add water. And I can remember thinking, yep, that'll do. Okay, so I took a sachet of Bird's custard in my little white case and thought that this would be enough to sustain me while I ran away. And I can remember setting my alarm clock for one morning. It was going to be a Saturday morning, because I thought, if I go on Saturday, I won't miss school. This is what I was thinking. If I go on Saturday, I won't miss school. I was very, very young. And so I set my alarm for like 6 o'clock in the morning. And I remember creeping downstairs with my little white case, putting on my shoes, saying goodbye to the dogs, and sneaking out the back door. And at the back of my house, there was like an alley. And behind the alley were these garages, and there was this very fine gap between the garages that I was so small enough I could fit through, and I sort of went through this gap. and started walking off towards fields, because I thought, well, if you're running away, you don't stick to the roads, right? Because the police will be able to find you on the roads. People will spot you on the roads, so you go cross country. So that's what I was thinking. You go cross country. And I made it all the way to the fields, wondering if anyone had got up yet, if anyone had noticed that I was missing. And I thought, probably not. I probably won't have noticed that I'm missing. I thought, I'm okay. And then doubt set in. I was halfway across this field, and the water was getting in through my shoes, because I didn't have very good shoes. My feet were getting soggy and I was starting to get cold. And I can remember thinking, maybe this isn't such a good idea. Maybe running away isn't the best idea. If I was to turn around and go back right now, would I be able to get in the house without anyone noticing, or would people be up and wondering where I'd been? And so I headed back. I went back home, and I got to the back door, and I couldn't see any lights on or anything, and I was like, maybe I'll get in. And I went in, and my mum was sat at the kitchen table, and she was like, she just looked at me, and she was like, what are you doing? Where have you been? And I just went, oh, I was just playing in the back garden. She went, well, I didn't see you. I was at the back. And she was like, oh, okay. She said, well, come in and close the door. It's cold. And she didn't question why I'd got this little white case with it. It was only really was a little tiny, like lunchbox sized case. And she must have just thought I was playing a game out there or something. And to this day, she doesn't know that I ran away. But yeah, I remember taking a packet of bird's custard. I was at karate class as a kid back in the 70s in Germany. My dad was stationed there. Me and a friend decided to walk home, not knowing which direction it was. But of course it wasn't far, surely. Ended up in downtown, wherever, and went up to a guy and told him we were lost. So he fed us at McDonald's. Oh, and the cops came and took us home. I mean, you were just so lucky that, you met a kind person, because, I mean, the news would have you believe that the world is, just absolutely filled with bad people ready to prey on the young, and yes, I'm sure they are out there, but we meet nice people too. You were very, very lucky. I like the fact that he took you to McDonald's and fed you. That's sweet. Which part of Germany was that? Can you remember? I've always wanted to go to Germany, but I've never been. One day I will make it there. Right, I need just something slightly darker now. Oh, I didn't say what colours I've been using. The first colour I used, this one here, was the sky blue. And then the second one that I used was the ultramarine, I think. Let me just double check. Yep, the ultramarine. And this one is the cobalt blue. You have no idea, but the castles were cool. Yeah, I think there were a lot of castles in Germany. That doesn't really narrow it down. I think I need to sharpen this. Gonna get some brekkie, okay? guess when you think about it, I think we all do crazy things when we're kids. There's a large castle on a cliffside that has a bridge over empty space leading to it. It's famous, but I'm not sure which one it is. Do you know, I can see it in my mind's eye, but I couldn't tell you which one it is. I'm sure if you googled it, it would tell you. I'm trying to keep the pencil strokes under here quite loose and free because it's very sort of fluffy and looks like really quite longer feathers under here. I'm going to go slightly darker now and use the cobalt blue greenish. There's a shadow under here. Neuschwanstein Castle, perhaps. Heard of that one. Neuschwanstein. Let's go for the helio blue reddish. This might be a bit dark, but we'll see. Actually, no, I'll fill this darkness fine. That's near where I live, near Munich in Germany. We're all going to go and visit Moose then, so we can go and have a look at the castles. We're all coming to visit Moose, is that okay? You'll give us a tour. Excellent. 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 Always wanted to go to Germany. guinea pig and a detective hat. Okay. Okay. Guinea pig and a detective hat. Oh my god, how do you draw a guinea pig? Okay, let me just finish this little bit of shading and then I'll do a guinea pig in what, like a Sherlock hat? Let me grab my other sketch pad. Where's my other sketch pad gone? Oh, here we go. Right. Oh, after me, Bird World. Do you know, I was trying to work out how you'd come up with such a random suggestion for a doodle. I was like, huh? Right, so do I do like a tufty guinea pig or a normal guinea? Can't even think what sort of shape face they have. They have like a little round face, don't they? With a cute little nose, little buck teeth. And like little feet. This is so bad. How do you draw a guinea pig? No, I'm sorry. I'm getting rid of that. Let me Google a picture of a guinea pig because this is so awful. I cannot do such a bad guinea pig. Guinea pig. Guinea egg. No, guinea pig. There we go. Images. Right. Oh, okay. Yeah, I could do like a face on guinea pig. Okay, so do an eye here and an eye there, and then down here we've got like a little snout. So already I feel like this is better. There's this fat face. And up here we've got like floppy ears. So floppy ears. Oh, we need to put his hat on him, so I don't concentrate on the head. So we have some whiskers. And then we have this fat body. His little feet, and we can have this fat bodies behind, and then on top of his head, let's do Sherlock hat. What does it look like from the front? Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, okay, so down. Should we give him a little pipe as well? And give him some little, just so it looks like a guinea pig. Let's make him like, let's give him a white face. orange chin, some little darker ears so we can see that there is ears. And you can have different patches here just to show he's all patchy. Little orange feet. And we'll have like a little brown. A little brown hat. There you go. A little guinea pig with his Sherlock hat on. And that was Natalie who wanted me to write that one. There you go, that's kind of cute. See, that's much better when I looked at a reference picture, right? That's so much better when I look at a picture. Oh my gosh. Ooh, cheese on toast. I've not had cheese on toast for ages. Oh, I think I know what I'm going to have for my lunch today. Do you put like pepper on it? Put pepper on it, and if you've got any Worcester sauce, the Worcestershire sauce by Liam Perrins, put a couple of splashes of that on it as well. That's amazing. I hope they like the awesome duck. Yes, the duck sketch. I really, really like the duck sketch. But that like monster mashup that you posted, that was sort of like a dog and a fish, or like a wolf and a fish, was like this crazy, crazy monster mashup. I had to look at it a long time, just sort of seeing which creatures you'd sort of mash together like a little monster mash. Yeah, Worcester sauce. Yeah, just a little bit of Worcester sauce on top of the cheese on toast. You can thank me later. Just a blob here, a blob here, a blob there. Once the cheese is all melted, add it on last. Lovely. Don't ask me how I started doing it. Couldn't tell you. A wolf and an aqua thing for sure. Yeah, exactly. I did think as well, there was also on like the back of the wolf's head, there were like these two tentacle things going back that almost made it look, I was thinking like dragon, griffin, like there was something like that in there as well. Do you just come up with these out of your own head, Artsman? Or do you see a couple of pictures and mash it together? Or do you just draw whatever the pen decides? Right, need to go in a little bit darker now, so I'm going to use the Prussian blue and see where that takes me, because we've got some dark shadows under here. You're testing it now. Oh, good. Yes, I want to know what you think. Oh, you streamed it last night. Oh, right. Oh, okay. You looked up the wolf and did the rest out of your imagination. That's cool. I wish I could just draw out of my imagination. I think I'd draw some pretty crazy things, to be fair, but... I'm just trying to get all these different shades of blue in under here, because under this bit here, this part of the bird is darker. But I'm just trying to go in with different shades of blue. So just that it looks a bit more natural. I know, I shouldn't be afraid to experiment. This is why I've been doing the Inktober thing. And apart from the angel and the demon, I try not to look stuff up. Let me show you what, because the last 2 days I've not actually posted. I have been doing it, but I haven't posted it because it's not my usual stuff. So hang on, let me cover up this one. So on day 18 it was saddle, and I didn't want to just draw a saddle, so I googled images for saddle, and it was like they were all pretty much the same and they all looked boring, so I didn't want to draw them. I wanted to do something different. And then I happened to notice there was a Minecraft saddle, so I drew the Minecraft saddle. That's how a Minecraft saddle looked. So I tried to include the squares and everything. Morning, Faisal. And then yesterday the word was plump. And I thought, how do you draw plump? You know, I didn't want to be, I don't know, draw a person or anything like that, because that would be rude and horrible. So I thought, no. So I thought, well, plump a cushion, right? So I hand drew, it looks like a sack to me, but that was my plump. So there we go. I thought I was trying to do a cushion with, like, you know when you do that karate chop in the center of a cushion to try and make it plump it up, but it looks like a sack to me. But you know, it's not too bad. Okay, Natalie, is the dang okay because of how nice the Worcester sauce is on the cheese on toast? Because I'm really hoping that you like that, and I've introduced you to a new taste sensation. I could add a face to it for kicks and giggles. I could. Oh, what is today's? Let me have a look. What is today's? Today's word is frost. Frost. How can I draw frost? Some of the words are really weird. Right, now I need my dark indigo for sure. So where's that? Oh no, this is my indanthrene blue. Where are my other colours? It's not there. Dark indigo. Right, I'll use this indanthrene blue first, just to see where this takes me. This isn't too bad actually. It gives a nice shadow. Not yet, it's under the grill right now. Alright, okay. Oh no, not froth. Frost. F-R-O-S-T. F for Freddy, R for Romeo, O for Omega, S for Sugar, T for Tommy. Damn, I nearly got the phonetic alphabet, but screwed up right at the last minute. Tango. T for Tango. There we go. Just trying to think what it was. Do you know, I used to know that whole, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, Golf, all that. Because I can remember as a child deciding that it was incredibly important that I know it. But as an adult, it goes completely out of my head. Was there anything you guys used to think to yourself as a child that, alright, it's really important that I know this thing, and you made yourself learn it and it's never come in useful once? Was that just me? Get in this dark shadow that's on the underside of the bird. This bit here. Thought Morse code was the greatest. Yes, I can remember thinking I need to learn Morse code too, and never quite got there. Taste has been tested. It's actually not bad. I like it. I think I need to put more on it though. There you go. There you go. See? New taste sensation. Cheese on toast, everybody, with a splash of Worcester sauce. Worcestershire sauce. Ranch dressing is good on a lot of things. I don't think we get ranch dressing over here. Do we? Do we get ranch dressing in the UK? I've never noticed it because my kids have ketchup, barbecue sauce, and Becca likes mayo. But she's the only one in the house that likes mayo. And we don't really have, like, ranch. Yes, there's a lot, especially studying geology at school. Oh, God. I can remember at school my science teachers making a big deal out of the 3 types of rock. Let me think. Sedimentary, igneous, and something else. I can't remember. I don't know. Sedimentary, igneous. And the way they would teach it, sort of, it was like, this is very important that you understand 3 different types of rock. I'm sure there are more than 3 different types of rock. but to secondary school kids, that was like the most you got. Oh, we do have ranch dressing. Oh, right, okay. Oh, Newman's, Paul Newman's. Right, okay, I wouldn't have looked at in that section. You see, Faisal, nor me, but I can distinctly remember being taught, this is very important. I've got to look up to see what the third one is now. Hang on. This is quality content here. Sedimentary, igneous, and metamorphic. There we go. Igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. Igneous rocks, this is a teaching point here, everybody. Igneous rocks are formed from melted rock deep inside the earth. Sedimentary rocks are formed from layers of sand, silt, dead plants, and animal skeletons. And metamorphic rocks are formed from other rocks that are changed by heat and pressure underground. Well, you will all sleep better tonight now, knowing that you now know the 3 different types of rocks. Don't all rush to thank me. It's fine. Right, now I'm going to use the dark indigo just for this really dark shadow under here. Okay, I think that underside of the bird is how I want it. Is it bad to say that you have? No, Natalie, it's not bad, because clearly it was drummed into you as well that it's very important to know which rock is which. It is official, Natalie is weird. No, just educated. You've looked at rock formations and wondered if it's slate or shale. Okay, there you go. Oh, what about Pythagoras? You've not used that since school but worked hard to learn it. Oh yeah, sine, cos, tan. Sine, cos, tan. In trigonometry, I can remember. Pythagoras. Oh, yeah, that was drummed into me. I can't even remember what Pythagoras is. All you remember is those volcanoes. I don't think we learnt much about volcanoes. Faisal uses it. Geometry is something I never used. No, nor me. I can remember in science class we had like this, like a metal orb. And the teacher would switch it on, it would let out this hum, and if you touched it, it would make your hair stand up on end. And I can remember that he would get one kid to put their hand on it, and every other kid in the class had to stand in a line, and we all held hands, and we looked to see how far our hair would get raised down the line. I can remember doing that. Exciting times at school. What else did we do in science? I know my biology class, we used to have at the back of the class with these tanks of terrapins. And on a Thursday morning, it was our job you would put your hand up when you got in and hope that you could get out of half of the lesson, pretty much half of the lesson, by volunteering to go outside and dig up worms so you could feed the terrapins. Right, okay, just a little darker here. They did teach you a load of useless stuff at school though. The only class you got an A in was art. Good. I can't remember if I got an A in anything. I don't think so. I need... Let me put that away. I just need a slightly bluer blue. A bluer blue. That's better. Right, where's my slice tool? Yeah, I think I was pretty much a CD sort of student. I was great in class, but stick me in an exam situation and I was one of those kids that fell to pieces. Now I've deliberately left this line sort of fluffy and uneven at the bottom because in the picture you can see tufty feathery bits. That's why I've allowed it to go over the lines. Right, okay, so I'm going to move on to this tail now, which is very, very blurry in the reference pic. So I'm just going to do my best to sort of try and pick out some detail. I'm using the sky blue as a base layer. What have I missed? For me, it was chemistry. I loved it as a child. Oh, I didn't really get on with chemistry because when we were at school, it was all about, drawing. You draw like C, and then you draw a line, and then you do like H, and then you draw another line, like all these little hexagons with letters all connected. It was like drawing like, what's the word? Covalent bonds? Covalent bonds. That is the only thing that I can remember from chemistry. History. Yeah, I love my history class. I love my baking class. Only A star you'll ever get. Yeah, we did cookery, but we were kept to... The first thing we were taught how to cook in our cookery class in secondary school was how to do baked potatoes in the microwave. And then after that, the only other cooking we did was baked pears in a chocolate sauce, which to me is like bleh. But yes, I know Becca and Jared did loads of cooking in their cookery class and they loved it, but we never got interesting things. It was all more about safety in the kitchen and food hygiene, and we only did 2 bits of cookery. And yet here you are writing books and making art. Well, yeah, exactly. This is what I say to everybody, and it didn't exactly make me popular as a teacher when I used to teach kids post 16, when I would say to them, look, you might not have got your GCSE English at school, but don't worry, neither did I, and I'm still here and I'm teaching you, and I didn't pass to start off with, but I'm teaching you now, because education carries on throughout your life. I'm a great believer in education carries on throughout your life, and that you should always be learning something. It doesn't mean going to school and learning. You can learn things that you teach yourself through life. Even if you're just sitting at home watching YouTube videos, you are teaching yourself stuff from tutorials or whatever. It's all about learning, and I think learning should be lifelong. I'm a strong believer in that. I mean, I never went to university, but I did a degree by studying at home with the Open University, and I got a degree in English that way. And I've self-taught myself art, so I've not been to art school or anything like that. Is the duck next for you? We started the duck yesterday, Artsman. Yes, so we started the duck yesterday, did the eye, and started on the beak. You like chemistry? I think you're broken. Chemistry is fun. What do you mean? You're going to have a really hard time convincing the rest of us that chemistry is fun, Faisal, I'm afraid. It was one of the subjects that gave you a mental breakdown. Yeah, me too. That and maths. Maths gave me a mental break. As soon as the alphabet gets involved in maths, that's it. My brain freezes in a panic. You can make bombs, drugs, and acid. Wow. Okay, controversial. So I'm the chemistry in your friend group. You're the bond in the friendship group, Faisal. Are you testing a pickup line on me? Because that was awful. And I don't want no chemistry in my life. The reason you have breakdowns. Oh my gosh. I'm caught up now. Yeah, so I went back to school as an adult and did Open University, which I would highly recommend to anybody, but I did the Open University before the prices were absolutely horrendous. And now it's an awful lot of money if you're going to consider doing that. But I wanted to get the qualifications that I never got when I was at school because I wanted to be a midwife. And so I went back to university to study so that I could become a midwife. And I got accepted by 2 universities to study to be a midwife with them based on the degree that I got from the Open University and all the... I'd been volunteering at my local hospital in the maternity ward for experience, and then obviously all my experience as a first responder also held me in good stead. And I got accepted by 2 universities, but I was unable to pursue that because then I got started having those vertigo issues, and it just wouldn't have been safe for me to be looking after a mother or a mother and a baby if I was suddenly going to get vertigo attacks out of nowhere. And so I had to sort of let go of that dream, and I started writing books instead. And now I've started art, which is another passion. Basically, don't let anything hold you back. If you want to go for something, you go for it. I'm just learning by watching you guys and YouTube. Yeah, YouTube is amazing. I mean, yes, there's a load of rubbish on YouTube. There's a load of rubbish on a lot of social media, but there is also some amazing stuff out there with tutorials. I mean, there are things that we have learned how to fix in the house that Nick has watched a few YouTube tutorials on how to fix things rather than call in a tradesman that would charge us an absolute fortune just to walk through the door before the job's been done. I used to do a lot of quilting. I used to love making my own quilts, but I didn't know how to do it to start off with, and I learned how to do it by watching YouTube. And I self-taught myself, that's not good English. I taught myself through YouTube tutorials how to make quilts, and made a load of quilts for lots of members of my family. I learned some more German by Duolingo and YouTube, and I got back into my art because I watched a YouTube video randomly came up on my wall, and I was like, I can do that. I could do that. Oh, you love quilting too, Natalie? Oh, great. I've got a jelly roll that I need to use up, and it's all the colours of the rainbow, and I've been trying to work out how I'm going to use that in a quilt. One-eyed Willie? Oh my god, One-eyed Willie. I'm gonna have to Google One-eyed Willie because I haven't got a clue. I mean, that means something else in England, but wink wink. Right, okay. Let me Google One-eyed Willie. Isn't that like something off of the Goonies or something? Where's my pencil? Yes, the Goonies. Yes. Okay, The Legend of One-eyed Willie. Yeah, but I need images. Oh, he's a pirate. Right. Okay. Okay. Right. Hang on. Oh God, how am I going to draw like a skull like that? So let's see. This is an eye patch, for those who are wondering. Don't time out on my phone. Ooh, T-Fairy's here.
Hello, stream.
Nick says hi. Thanks, Nick. Thanks. So it goes here.
Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle function.
This goes down here. We need nose, the nose socket. This is like shaded here. Shaded. Teeth. There you go. One-eyed Willy. I had no idea what he looked like, so I had to copy from a picture. There we go. Yes. Okay. Hang on, my artsman. Let me have a sip of tea. You are welcome. You are welcome. Right, okay. Next colour. No, I just need to put in... Let me just put in these dark lines so they stay there. I'm going to do pretty much the same thing that I did on the underside here and just sort of layer lots of blues. Try and keep my pencil quite sharp for these tail feathers because they're very straight. Right, there is some more bluey shadow here, so. Line here that I just need to get rid of. That was good, wasn't it? I didn't even ask for a cup of tea and he brought one. I'm a lot happier with this bird now that I've changed that upper wing as well. Right. So still with the helio blue reddish. So who's got some great weekend plans? Anything interesting? What are you up to in London today, Faisal? And Natalie, are you planning on doing anything amazing with your day off, or are you just gonna chill, relax, not worry about doing anything special, just take time out to veg on the sofa, because that's good too. Sometimes that's all you need. I love a vegging out on the sofa day. Reorganising the kitchen and tidying it up. See, I did that last weekend. Being surrounded by kids. I like kids. Don't get me wrong. I mean, obviously I had 4 myself, but I'm glad they're grown up now. That's all I can say. I'm starting my new, my next Meals and Boon over the weekend, because I had my continuity Bible arrived, when was it? Thursday evening. A continuity Bible is just a term that we use when the publishers themselves have come up with the idea, because normally we come up with the ideas as authors. We come up with ideas, we send in the synopsis of what we think the story is going to be to our editors, and they either approve it or say, no, could you write something else? And we go and do that, and eventually we get a story we all agree on, and we go off and we write the story. But on occasion, the editors themselves will spend months and months coming up with what is called a continuity Bible, where they create, say, a set of, in this case, 4 separate books that are all going to be based around a certain theme and all be interconnected. So the characters are interconnected. The place normally where they work is usually a connecting theme, and they all know each other. And they come up with the storylines, they come up with the character names, they come up with the backstories, they come up with the conflicts, and they send it to us, this continuity Bible, and we as writers flesh out their ideas and bring it to life. And so on this occasion I got asked to be part of this 4-book continuity with 3 other writers, and we've each been given our story. So I love it when it's done like this, because it means I don't have to come up with it myself and think of all the conflicts and the internal conflicts and external conflicts and back histories and all that sort of stuff. It's all been thought up for me. I've just got to bring it to life. But the difficulty of it is that in this occasion they all work at the same sort of hospital, and they all know each other, and we have to include scenes that contain the other characters from the other books. So there's an awful lot of emails that go back and forth behind the scenes between myself and the other 3 writers, saying, oh, I've written this scene, could you have a read through it and tell me if it fits in with your hero and heroine? I've not included any information that is incorrect or erroneous, and it fits in with your storyline. And sometimes it doesn't, sometimes we have to change things, which can be a real pain in the butt. But it's very complicated behind the scenes. So I'm looking forward to getting started with that tomorrow. Let's see how that goes. Right, I'm just going to use this light cobalt turquoise just to edge, because on the tail it's much lighter. here is lighter. And I'm going to use the Prussian blue to add some shadows. Today you're chilling and playing games if your friends are awake. Excellent. Yep, that sounds like a plan to me. Oh, you're going to Westfield Mall. Oh, okay, that's good. You'll like it there. I've not been myself, but I've heard loads of other people go to Westfield Mall and they love it. So hang on, I'm just slurping my tea. Well, I'll try not to slurp. No one wants to hear me slurping. I'm just going to try and extend this shadow a bit now. Trying to make it continuous with this shadow here as well, and the same sort of colour. So yeah, so it's going to be a weekend of writing for me. We're also sort of working on the downstairs bathroom. It needs repainting, so that's no doubt what we'll be doing this weekend. Right, where was my my indigo? Not too bad, that's not too bad. Oh, and I suppose you've got your flight back on Sunday as well, haven't you, Faisal? What time's your flight? Oh, I know the other thing that I've also I'm hoping my second monitor arrives tomorrow. I've ordered a second monitor for my desk, so that when I'm streaming Valo, I can see. Because at the moment when I stream Valo, I can't. Because normally as I'm sitting here streaming now, I'm looking at it through my OBS studio. So there's no delay. I'm not looking at it through my stream on Twitch. I'm just looking at it through my OBS studio, so I get the real-time movements. When I play Valorant, I can only see the Valorant screen. I can't see OBS. So when people follow me or if people put anything in chat, I can't read it. So I'm literally sitting there with my hands on the keyboard, one hand on the keyboard, one hand on the mouse, and I've got my phone sat here in front of me, and I've got my stream on live with the sound turned down, just so I can see, just so I can see chat and if anyone follows, and it's a pain in the butt. So having a second monitor will allow me to have my OBS on one side and my Valorant on the other side. It makes sense to me. And I've also ordered a face cam. so you'll actually be able to see me, and I just feel like it's just a better connection if you can actually see me as I'm talking and explaining things and stuff. So soon you're going to see my ugly mug on the screen, so I hope that doesn't scare you all away. But I just think it's better. I think when someone's streaming, if you can actually see who's talking and who's playing the game and everything, you connect to them better, if that makes any sense. I feel I connect to someone better if I can actually see them and they're not just a disembodied voice. So yeah, so that's going to be happening soon as well. You miss your PC. Yeah, I missed my PC when I was in London. 2 whole weeks of not being able to game. I really did miss that. Plus the second monitor is going to help me with my writing, because sometimes I can have up on one screen I can have up the old document or reference document, and on the other screen have it separate with some other bits and pieces. So yeah, it's going to work out quite nicely for me, I think. I should have done it before. Just need that shadow there, don't I? And then we'll get started on Birdie's feet, I think. Right. Oakley Coakley. So I need my dark sepia. Where is that? Yes. So we have. Let me just draw the outline for this. So I need the fluffy under here, and then the grey. Okay, let's just get the rest of this leg in then. Right, so we have tufty bits. These bits go down. I'm a lot happier with this bird now. I tell you, last week when I finished it and we'd only got this bit upwards done of the wing, I really did not like this section at all. Did not like it. Hated it, in fact. The more I looked at it, I was like, no, don't like it. And I was going to correct it off screen. sense that when we started today, it would have been corrected, and then I've really had to fight the urge to do that, because I thought it was more important to actually just show you guys that that I'd done something wrong, or in my eyes I hadn't done it very well, shall I say, and how I corrected it. I'm gonna have the ultramarine. I'm just going to add a little bit of the warm grey 2 under here, because it's very dark, it's very blurry, and there's a lot of shadows. I'm just going to use this as a blending colour. Especially over those ends. That's all right, Natalie. If you're busy doing something, you're busy doing something. I'm going to use the cobalt blue. And then go in with the Prussian blue. And where did I put my dark indigo? Right, now just to sort of darken this, because it is in quite a lot of shadow, I'm just going to put this dark sepia over the top, and those blue undertones should come through. I'm just going to get that warm grey again and just blend it, and it just sort of softens the colours, it blends the ends. I'm going over the ends into the white paper. It just makes it a little bit blurry, a little bit softer. Okay. This just needs a little bit more. It's gone blurry. Right, okay, so I need to switch my palette around, so hang on, let's switch it to my greys and things. Right, so I need my warm grey 2. Where's that? That's 3. Okay, warm grey 2. So this parrot, lovebird, I should say, has got very grey feet. So I'm going to use the warm grey as a base layer. Same over here. I think, because I don't like the direction of this claw in real life, I'm actually going to change it. I'm actually going to have the claw going in that direction. You're cooking, you have to fill in your timesheets, which you forgot to do yesterday. Okay. Food is more important than watching the stream. It's fine. Faisal and Natalie are quite the double act, I have to say. They're up there with the comedy greats. Right, okay, so there is a bluish tone. So I'm going to go and use the cold greys now. So this is cold grey 3. And just gently start to darken these feet. You think you're his little sister. Just so we can see there's a little line in there. Hang on, what have I missed? You do act like her age, to be fair. Oh dear. Right, okay, so I'm going to go in with the cold grey 4. Some of these dark areas. How has your sister been enjoying London, Faisal? Right, I need like these talons almost look quite chocolatey in colour. Like a little brown. Let's just put those in. That's better, that's better. Right, I need a sharp pencil for these lines. Right, okay, so hi Amanda, how are you? A small elephant sitting on top of a pumpkin Or jack-o'-lantern, please. Oh my gosh. Right. Let me just move that so I know which pencil I'm using. Right. A small elephant. Okay, a small elephant sitting on top of a jack-o'-lantern. Okay, let's have big ears. Tufty hair, because elephants have tufty hair on the top of their head. And they have lots of wrinkles around their eyes. Let's put some shading in the ear. And it's going to have a little tufty tail, and oh, a jack-o'-lantern. Hang on. No, let's put a little Halloween-y face in. Right, hang on one sec. Little elephant. It's not quite a little elephant, but I don't think you're going to quibble about the size of the elephant, right? Elephant done, and then let's have just to get the full effect of the pumpkin. We need to have an orange pumpkin, right? There you go. An elephant on a pumpkin. Who asked me for that? Moose. Moose elephant. There you go. Your elephant standing on a pumpkin. Alright. What have I missed? What have I missed? I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. An elephant's faithful 100%. And you're a poet. Right. What was I doing? Wrinkles. Wrinkles on the bird's foot. They have really sort of scaly looking feet. Lots of wrinkles and lines. Just trying to think of the texture. And these are under the bird, so they need a bit of a shadow on them. This is the Warm Grey 6, by the way. Oh, thanks, Amanda. No problem, Moose. Is the elephant your favourite animal then, Moose, seeing it's in your name and you've just asked me to draw one? Is it like... I love elephants. They're so intelligent. It's up there for sure, top 5. I used to be obsessed with elephants. I once wrote a story about a woman living in 1891, and she goes with a you know, we have David Attenborough today, but like a David Attenborough back in the 1890s, and she goes with this guy like that, and they go to study elephants in Tanzania. And so I had to do an awful lot of research into elephants and elephant behaviour, and you know, the matriarchs and how they lived and their behaviour. And yeah, fascinating animals. Fascinating. Right, okay, so I'm kind of happy with the feet. I just want to add in a little bit of... And now I'm talking to one. Oh dear, bless you. Right, okay, I think that's probably a fair stopping point now, because I kind of feel like we've completed the bird. And so what we'll work on next week is we will start on these pink flowers going down into the green. And yeah, I haven't quite decided if I'm actually going to include the background and shade in the background as well and make this a full A4 piece. I haven't quite decided, but we'll see how the flowers go, because I haven't drawn flowers since I started drawing animals. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. So there we go. So thank you guys for joining me today. I hope that I might be able to get on here over the weekend with a little bit of Valo, a little bit of duoing with Chesnick. We shall see. We shall see. But if not, I will see you all on Monday. Have a fabulous weekend. Faisal, have a good trip home. Hope there aren't any delays at the airport. And I will see you guys soon. So take care, guys. Love to you all. Bye.